Okay, our next step is to insert a responsive image. We are on page 321 for those of you who like to follow along. When you place a regular image into an HTML document, Dreamweaver automatically populates both the height and width attributes of the image tag based on the physical size of the placed image. When those attributes are defined, the image appears at a fixed size on the HTML page. In a responsive web page, content should adapt to changing container size when elements adapt to different size displays. A responsive image which does not have a defined width or height attribute is better suited for a responsive page design. Many of the built-in Bootstrap components, including responsive image placeholders, can be accessed directly in Dreamweaver Insert panel without the need to write a single piece of code. In this exercise, we are going to add a responsive image that adjusts to fit the size of their containers. So let's start with index.html open, and we're going to click to select the left column div in the first row. Okay, so I'm going to go up and I'm going to select the first div. I'll make sure I've selected the first div by clicking right here. Okay, in the Bootstrap component insert panel, we're going to click the arrow icon next to the image. So what we're going to do is we're going to go up to the top. Okay, you'll see the image. What you're going to do is you're going to click the down arrow, and we do not want circular rounded corner or thumbnail. What we want is default, and we will click that. Okay, I want to be inside that first where it says content goes here. So what I'm doing is I am clicking there, and then I'm going to go up and click the image. It's going to bring up where do I want to put it, and I'm going to click the nest option, okay, which puts it in there for me in the position assistant. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to click to select the placeholder in the layout, and then expand the image. And how I'm going to go find it is I'm going to edit the HTML attributes, which opens up the HTML dialog box, and I am going to go find the image. So I'm going to open up the file folder, and it opens up my Boulevard folder, and I'm going to go inside of images, and what I want to accept is select is the Boulevard logo PNG, and I'm going to select it, and I am going to click OK and bring it in. Now what I need to do is go down, make sure that it's selected, and go down to the properties panels in the bottom, because remember we have, it just says placeholder image down here in the alt tag, which is not what we want. We want to put in the Boulevard. So type that in, and then hit tab to finish it out. Okay, and then what it wants us to do is it wants us to go open up the max width of 575. So I'm going to go down to the 575 and open it up and see that indeed it's just right there. And what it says is, although you only place the logo in the large layout, it appears in all variations. Remember, the responsive grid contains adjustment of the appearance of content, not the content itself. Anything that you place in a div in one layout will appear in the same div in all variations. Because this is a responsive image using the predefined .image fluid class, It adjusts to fill the width of the containing element. So it will fill that one whole div box by itself with the image itself, which is exactly what you're seeing there. Now it says, let's go up and click the 992 pixel media query. So I'm going to go do that, and you'll see that when I do that, okay, it shows me both of my columns, and with the boulevard being on the left-hand side. Once I have taken a look and done both of those, I'm going to go up here to index.html and do a save all and click OK. With that done, we're going to move to our next step, which is copying content into a Bootstrap page. So you can actually take content from another page and bring it in, and that's what we're going to be doing next. And I'm starting on page 323. We have provided the necessary content for the project in a regular HTML file. In this exercise, you're going to copy and paste the content into the appropriate elements of the page you are building. You can then make adjustments to various elements based on the actual content that appears in each object. So the very first thing that we need to do is on the right-hand side, go to our files, and what we're going to do is we're going to double click the icon to our content.html and open it up. And then what we want to do is we want to show it in split view. And what the first area that we are going to copy are lines 3 through 5. So I'm going to start at the end of 5 and go all the way up to 3 and do a Control-C for copy. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to the index page, also do a split view. And where I need to be, oh, hold on, let's see, 3 to 5, yeah. And then what I want to do for this is place my insertion point between the opening and closing div tags of the second column. So I'm going to click in the second column, and you can see where it says content goes here. So here we are in the second div right here. So I will make sure I've got that highlighted and then do a Control-V and bring it in. Then I'm going to do some more of the same type of thing. I'm going to go back to content.html, and the second set of lines I want to copy are 9 through 13. So I'm going to go right here at the end of 13. I'm going to go clear up to 9 and do another Control-C. And then this time I'm going to go into the second row, second column. So I will go back to index. And I want to do live view to make sure I'm in the right place. Okay, it says, oh, excuse me, it is second row, first column. So that would be, this is the second row, this is the second column. So now I will do split view, go over to the first row, second column, just highlight where it says content goes here, and do another Control-V and paste lines 9 through 13 in. Now the third thing I'm going to do is another copy and paste. So I'll go back to content, and this time I'm going to copy lines 17 through 22. So I will go at the end of 22 and come up to line 17 and do another Control-C, and then go back to index.html, and this time we want to go into, let's see what, hold on a second. Okay, 17 through 22, yes. Okay, and we want, for 17, we're going to do second row, second column. So we will go back to live view to make sure that we have hold on. Let's do split. Okay, second row, second column would be this one. Okay, so over here I'm going to go and I will make sure I have the whole section highlighted, and then do a Control V and bring it in. And then go back to content, and this time we are going to do 26 through 32. So I highlight 26 through 32 and do a Control C and go back to index to the next line where it says content goes here to make sure I have the right one, and come over here once again, highlight it and do a Control V, bring it in. And the very last but not least is a line 36. So I go down, and that's our paragraph with our copyright and against the clock. Do a Control C and copy that. Go back to index and go to the very last one that we created where it says content goes here, and find it on my code page and do a Control V and paste it in as well. Once I have everything in, I am done with the content page, so I can go ahead and close it out. And then it says go into live view to see exactly what you have, and select the image immediately below shopping. Okay, so I've selected the image immediately below shopping. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a class element to that. So I'm going to click the plus right here. And what I'm going to do is dot image dash fluid. Put that in. And bam, it brings it right down to the correct size for the box. So the next one I will click is the entertainment one and do the same thing. And select image fluid and do the same thing to the second one. And last but not least, I'm going to select the third image and open up the class and type a .img and select image fluid and bring the third element in. And once I've done that, I can take and view all the different layouts. Let's look at the smallest one first. Okay, we see that looks pretty good. And then we will do the 576 and above, the 798 and above, okay, or the 768 and above, excuse me, the 992 and above, and you can see it lays out completely differently in this one, and the 1200, which it will lay out like that. Once you have done all of that, let's go up and do a file save all, and that completes this portion of the lesson.